Where would you be if you started when you thought of starting? Hey everyone, welcome to my first coffee chat, mi primer cafecito. You're gonna get bilingual real quick, I promise. But yeah, I want to take this time to start talking during our coffee chats about different topics. So today's topic is going to be about forming new habits. It is a new year, it is 2024, and I want to talk about forming new habits because I don't want to say the word resolution. Typically, we say the words resolution and we never stick to them. I am guilty. So today we're not going to be talking about resolutions. We're going to be talking about forming new habits. And I think that change happens in life when we're forming habits. We're doing a little bit at a time, not a drastic change where we can't keep up with it, but doing a little bit at a time really helps in forming habits. On Sunday, I was actually giving Bible study. I give Bible study to the group of kids at my church, and we were talking about forming habits. And I feel like this is a theme that I am trying to practice and I'm trying to get into, especially with this year, especially with this channel, with my life. I need to form habits to get to where I need to be. I need to form habits to get to where I want to be. So what does that look like for you? Are you forming habits? Are you willing to form habits to get to where you want to be or where you need to be? I talked about with my kids from Bible study, forming habits like prayer, reading the Bible more. And for kids, I feel like if we teach them now as young children to form these habits, it's a great way to start forming habits for other things in life. For me, this year, I want to read my Bible more. So those are habits that I am trying to instill every single day. And I said, start small. I don't care if your prayer is 2 to 3 minutes. I don't care if you read the Bible for 5 minutes or a couple of verses. The point is forming the habit first. So that's what I'm doing. I already started forming the habit. I'm trying to get into reading the Bible every single day, a few verses a day. It's something that I'm supposed to be doing either way, because how am I engaging with God if I am not doing those things, right? So that's my spiritual life, right? And the other part is really starting to form habits that are going to contribute to my channel, to my social media, to my future. So what does that look like for me? That could be putting together a schedule of when I'm going to film, when I'm going to create content, when I'm going to brainstorm about content. All of these things are very essential in order to get to my goals. I think that you have to visualize what it is that you want, what it is that you need in your life. And this could be in many different ways for you. Like it can be that, well, you're not starting a social media channel. You are probably doing something else with your life, or you want to be in better physical health, which is another goal of mine. What goals are you looking for? Are you trying to lose 5, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is? I don't need to put a number on how many pounds you need to lose. That's between you and God. That's between you and you. But I want to lose some weight, and I don't only want to lose weight. I want to tone up. I want to be in better physical shape. I want to do better at my skincare, which I actually started that habit last year. I can't say that I was fully committed into a skincare until last year. And I started to incorporate different things, making sure that I was cleansing morning, night, doing the serums, moisturizing, doing the under eye cream. And I have seen a difference, right? I am exploring different products at this point in time. Today, I actually just used the Tatcha rice wash and the firming trio, which was like some serum and a serum, a moisturizer, and I don't even know what the other one is, but they were pretty awesome, all three of them actually. I thought at first I didn't like it, but now I'm really liking it, and I can see that my face kind of looks glowy. Okay, all right, but neither here nor there. The point is, last year I started to do the whole skincare thing. And I also did the health thing, but I fell off. I was actually doing really great. I did a program for 4 months and I saw the difference. People started to notice the difference. Then came November and it was just downhill from there. After my birthday, it was like 4 different cakes. It was Christmas. And now we're back in the new year. So we need to gather ourselves. I have a lot of things planned for this year. I want to write all of these things out. I want to have a plan. And I want to have a plan and I want to form the habits because they kind of go together. In order to get to my goals, I need to develop the ideas, set it in motion. I am actually thinking of doing a prayer board this year. And it's very similar to a vision board. I've never done a prayer board before. I've never done a vision board before. I've kind of done digitally and I already started doing my digital one, but I want something physical that I can actually see it in front of me whenever, and I'm not just like having to open my phone to do it. And I feel like the difference between the vision board and the prayer board, they are very similar, where you are putting together your vision, right? You're putting on your board things that you want to see happen. This could be that you want to make more money. Hello. I have a 9-to-5. I still want to make more money. I still want to be able to provide. I have a lot of things going on this year. And my daughter's getting married. There's just a lot of activity. Last year, we traveled a lot, which was kind of unexpected. It's not that I planned to travel a lot. It just happened that way, and God blessed us that way. But I have big trips this year. I have my daughter's wedding. So we need the money. Yes. We have other goals. Like as a family, we have goals. Me and my husband have goals. So there's a lot to set in motion. And those things don't happen by just, okay, it's happening. No, we have to plan for those things, right? If you have something that you've been thinking about, how are you going to do that? It doesn't just happen. You have to form the habits to make it happen, and you have to take the action. You don't just lose weight because, oh, I want to lose weight, and you thought about losing weight and the weight just came off. Would it be lovely? Yes. Does it happen? No. Trust me, I've been there. It doesn't work. Vision board, prayer board. I'm doing a prayer board. Why? Because for me, a prayer board, a vision board and a prayer board are different, whereas I'm not only just creating the vision, right? I want God behind all my plans. I want God to be the one to approve everything that I do, which is why I'm doing the prayer board, because I am going to not only plan for it, write it down, I will pray on it. Prayer really helps with not only making sure that God is involved in all of your things, but it also helps in listening to when God speaks, listening when things are being pulled into a different direction. Because if you just blindly do things without praying on it and you take the direction that maybe wasn't the best for you, that's when things kind of go left. I just want to make sure that I'm always in alignment and in agreement with God. I'm debating whether or not to do a live. I think it would be fun, but I don't know if that's something that you're interested in. Let me know. What's that saying that they say? If you fail, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, I believe is the saying. So we're planning 2024. That's how we're going to kick off 2024. And you're going to think about what it is that you want to accomplish. And if you've been sitting on it, maybe this is your year. I started this channel 2 months ago, I want to say. I kicked it off finally in November. I had been brainstorming and planning since the summer. And I look back. So funny thing is that I looked back. I need a sip of my coffee. How's yours? Good? Yeah? You made it? Tea? No? Chocolate? Okay. And since 2015-ish, I remember I had a friend who was just like, well, why don't you put together a channel, right? She was like, I would watch it. And because they were always asking me about beauty tips, always asking me about makeup. And a lot of people started to say the same thing. I film things here and there, kind of like little clips and stuff like that. I look at back then and I think to myself, what if I would have started back then? What if I would have started in 2015? Where would I be in 2024? Could I have been retired? Could I have made a living? Like I see all these content creators now, and sometimes it's the craziest thing because sometimes I have the idea and I'm like, oh, you know what I should do? I should do X, Y, and Z. And if I film this and if I film that, and trust me, I have footage for days of things that I film, like things from years ago. And I always think to myself, like, had I started to put things in motion back then, where would I be today? Right? And I don't know if you guys think like that. Like, if I would have started last year, if I would have started 3 months ago, where would I be today? If I would have kept up with my workout plan and not stuffed my face November and December, where would I be today in January? I would have been a little more slim, a little more cut up. You know, these chichos wouldn't be coming back. Arms. Where would you be if you started when you thought of starting? And all of those ideas, and I'm over here looking at these influencers and I'm like, well, I've thought of that before. Why didn't I do it? Because then you're thinking, well, this person did it and now I'm going to look like I'm copying them. I mean, at this point, I'm not even concerned with that. Now I can't help but think, well, I'm starting. That's all that matters. If you're looking at this curtain like move, it's probably Avery. So don't get freaked out. I don't got ghosts in the back. It's just not in this household. Not in this household. Rebuke in the name of Jesus. No, that's Avery, like walking back and forth, looking outside, out on the deck. I'm now just thinking about taking the action and getting it together and moving on with life. Like, where am I going to be at the end of this year? Let's get excited about that. Where are you going to be 3 months from now, 4 months from now, if you start today? Think about that. So let's do that. And let's pray on it. Let's plan it. And like I said, if you want me to do a live, I can do that. Let me know that that's what you're interested in. And if not, I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. I'm going to create my prayer board. I'm going to be praying over my visions. I am going to be reading my Bible. I'm going to get back to the gym and I'm going to get back on my diet. I'm going to try my best because I can't say that every day is going to be perfection. It will fall off. We have to get up and keep trucking through. So allow me to be the fire under your butt to get 2024 started. Are you excited for a new business venture? Are you excited and have been thinking about doing something and you keep on thinking to yourself, well, I need to have this right. I need to have this in line and this, that, and the other. No, I don't want to hear it. Listen, I've been there. The analysis paralysis is real and I still struggle. You know how many things I've filmed and I have not released just because I keep on thinking I want it to be absolutely perfect. Let's focus on 2024 not being like that. Let's not be perfect and let's just do things a little bit at a time. Little small habits at a time. Let's start there. And let's see where this road takes us. Can we do that for 2024? Let's commit to that. If we're going to commit to anything. I don't want to hear the word resolution. Let's hear the words habits. What are our habits this year to get us to where we need to be, to start your new venture, to start your new business, to start your new skincare routine, to maybe feel better about yourself? So, what are we going to do today that's going to show by next year in January 2025? This is going to be interesting. I hope this conversation was helpful. And if you like these coffee chats and you want more cafecitos where we talk about pretty much anything, then let me know in the comment box. And here's to a successful and wonderful 2024. Cheers, guys.